Good evening, and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Welcome.
You know what day it is?
It's We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
You know what other day it is?
It's Flag Day. It's Flag Day. Did you guys hear about it in the news? I bet not.
Wasn't much said.
I bet not.
I saw some fireworks on Saturday. It was not Flag Day.
We
talked about Flag Day, so
it's Flag Day.
Mike thought, where did the ashtray go? Oh, there it is.
I stole it.
Mike thought that it'd be appropriate to, have some flags.
Yeah.
Flags.
Absolutely. Do me a favor, Livingston Man. Hit him with that Santiago 1-2.
All right, I think it's this.
Yeah, we ain't playing.
We ain't playing.
We're not gonna die. We're gonna live. Maybe Wednesday, not today.
Yep, you got hit. That's what's going to happen,
Bram, Jude. Santiago says it's 5-5 now. As soon as he sees himself, he knows the deal is real. The seal has been broken. It is true. It is true. Livingston Man, being that it's Flag Day, could you do me a favor and roll that beautiful bean footage?
Here it goes. We all gonna die Wednesday.
Travis, indeed, it escalated quickly. P.S. Livingston Man, there's a package on its way to my house for you from Mr. Travis Medic. And he has a piece of equipment that he would like you to review on the Livingston Man channel. And I think it's important for you to review this piece of gear because it fits you the best. Super important. And a great piece of gear. The guys over at Strategic ETC are always coming up with new ways to make sure people are safe or protected or have the gear that they need to, be safe and protected. So yeah, really looking forward to this.
Surprised me. Say no more.
He's got it under control. Say no more. Okay. Yeah, the flag is all over us tonight.
Thank you to Travis and Strategic ETC, your one-stop shop for
any medical training, consulting, anything medical you need. If you need gear, if you need an AED, if you need training, if you need to get your business in compliance, talk to my man, strategicetc.com.
They'll come to you. And you can go to them.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
Either way you
facility.
Want it.
Great people.
I say hit them up.
Looking to better people's lives through medical training. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Well, I appreciate it, Travis, and thank you. I can't wait to receive whatever it is, and I don't want to know no more about it.
That's right.
Until I get
Coffee first, then speak. My man, Marco, Stefan, Travis, my man, Marco, Eric NRV, Love and Life, Jamie Bobarski, Johnny Preps, Ghost Lincoln, Cat Lady Nelly, Jason Chrisman in the house. What's going on, everybody? We made it. It's We All Gonna Die Wednesday. We're halfway through the shitty week and just over the hump. Prepping Mantis, what's going on, my friend? And I'm excited, Livingston, man. The new home at the Hornet's Nest. Really looking forward to getting in there and getting my claws into it and seeing what it's going to be in the future. It's going to be cool.
Well, Joanne Weather, if our prophecy is right, and this is only the 38th time we set it.
Yeah.
This week will be ending by the end of this live stream if we're lucky.
My secondhand life. Welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. The Forgiving Wretch. What up? What up?
Some new names in here.
Yeah, man.
So welcome. If you don't know, now you know.
That's right. It's We All Gonna Die Wednesday. And, you know, we started the whole We All Gonna Die Wednesday thing, busting on the folks, talking about the doom and gloom, right? Everybody's pushing the doom and gloom in the prepper network, in the sphere, because, well,
the clickbait, the loud headlines.
Something to sell you, folks.
They give you this big loud headline. You're like, all right, I'll go check it out. And then it's not like you're
Today's the day. Today's the day.
You guys just don't know. I mean, that is a vibe, right? Okay, I get like, you know, prepping.
Yeah, it sells Geiger counters and, you know, stuff like that.
Well, there's expected when you least expect it, understood.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get the sentiment.
Absolutely.
But then there's ramming, fear porn down everybody's throat and making everybody like genuinely anxious out here all day.
Yeah, man. If I consistently watched the doom and gloomers, I would be up to here in credit card debt because everything would be maxed out, and I would just be stuck in my house with all my stuff because it already went down. I got to have my gas mask on and my mop suit, and nobody can come in. You're contaminated. Stay outside.
There's no way to
don't buy into it, folks. Don't buy into it. And we are here to break the everybody's gonna die curse. We All Gonna Die Wednesday is a joke. I hope everybody gets it. Because it's only 38 times that we were all going to die on Wednesday.
And, going into it, we knew that was going to happen. It was going to be, how many times can we repeat the prophecy and maybe people will still believe in it? 38. Lucky 38, baby.
38 times so far.
Livingston
Man, what is the first reason that we all gonna die?
All right, a couple of these jumped out at me.
This Wednesday.
Well, for one, now this strikes home a little bit. As we are going to show you the news, us guys on YouTube.
Yeah. Veda, welcome.
Apparently, what's happening is that influencers are overtaking journalists as a news source.
Hey, people
TikTok
just
influencers
don't believe them anymore, Livingston Man. They're so full of shit, their eyes are brown.
The report found 55% of TikTok and Snapchat users and 52% of Instagram users got their news from, quote, personalities, compared to 42% who get it from mainstream media and journalists on those platforms, which are most popular among the young. They interviewed 94,000 people across 46 countries. So, one, this is a pretty small survey in the global scheme, and also across 46 countries, again, extremely diverse here, but again, 52% of like Instagram people were like, and TikTok and Snapchat, half of these people
got their news from those networks where you are the most. Right?
What they mean by news is however you want to take that, but whatever said influencer is saying, that's what people are taking as like their worldview.
Yeah, that's gospel. That's gospel, right? I think it's all the crap we used to see in the news, the big loud headlines and everybody bashing everybody and nobody saying what's good about anything. I think people have lost faith in the mainstream news. Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys have lost faith in the mainstream media.
They're all just government mouthpieces.
When the election thing came about and every channel on television all gave that talking point about how it was so dangerous to our democracy and it was a threat to our democracy. And I would like to thank the gentleman or gentlewoman who put that video together of all of those news headlines repeating the same crap over and over and over and over and over and over again, and showing everybody how much of an echo chamber the mainstream media really is. It's talking points, and everybody gets a sheet of what they are to report on, and that's that. Here you can choose from this sea of garbage. And see, nobody. Nobody believes in them anymore.
See, the way the Associated Press, the AP, works is like all these guys. They work for competing networks, but if they're members of the Associated Press, they're given these press briefings.
Yeah.
They all take it, run with it, and report what is essentially the same story. Associated Press.
Yeah.
What that is, that's a euphemism for government-controlled press.
Oh, absolutely.
This is a government line. You all take this and you tell your consumers that this is it, and they do.
Yeah. It's
all.
Occasionally, with some smaller news networks, you will get some more homemade stories from local, young journalists who are looking to go out and get the story in the area.
See that video of the squirrel that faked its own death and staged the crime scene? Tell me you've seen that shit. No, that's the journalism I want to see. I don't know. I don't know the context. One in the chat, you've seen this video.
The squirrel faked his own death.
He comes in the room, he knocks over this like broom or something, and then he gets underneath it and like fakes his own death. Come on, you guys! Somebody thank you. Somebody at least.
There you go.
I'm not crazy.
There you go.
Type in squirrel fakes death. All right.
There you go. Got to look it up. Will Fang, what's happening, my friend?
That's the kind of journalism I want to see.
Wyatt Burp, welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. So, losing faith in mainstream media. They now we see them as fake news.
I'm disgusted that only one person saw the video of the squirrel. You guys, what do you watch all day?
Yeah, the doom and gloom, bro. The doom and gloom. Canadian prepper's got his fangs into everyone.
We gotta cure y'all. Let me start singing fucking Kumbaya or something.
Bam, demonetized.
Them vibes correct.
It's true.
I hate you guys.
They
midget porn. I know.
The media. How can I don't know what it would take to renew people's faith in the media, perhaps breaking away from the mold. People like the James O'Keefe style of journalism nowadays. That ambush. Yeah, correct.
You don't make no friends doing that.
No, certainly not. And as he knows, because he got kicked out of his own company and now, does his own thing for himself and he is the company. But it's that type of person, the whistleblower, if you will, who is the new journalist of the time. Used to be people would break a big story.
The journalists would get the big scoop and they would go risk life and limb to dig it up. Now what journalists do is sit back and encourage or hope for whistleblowers and an outside source. Another thing I don't like, as soon as they say anonymous source or an official who has to remain anonymous because they're not authorized. I'm like,
on condition of anonymity.
That's fake. They made that. I'm like, that's fake. They made that up.
Yeah.
That's all. Or you have
or it was an FBI leak. Right? Because they tend to do that stuff on purpose most of the time.
Right now, an anonymous source, that just sounds like you're paid to feed them information, and then they get to say that they got it from you, but they don't have to say who you were. It's all shady. All right. If what you're saying is true and you believe in it, then come forward and say it.
See, Grateful Prep says Al Jazeera YouTube channel is not bad to get the news. You have to go to foreign countries to find journalists who are willing to report solely facts anymore.
I have found Al Jazeera to be rather, in my opinion, impartial. They just kind of tell you the
thing.
Going on.
Yeah, this is the thing, and that's that.
With American journalism, they'll tell you the thing for the first paragraph, and then the snarky comments start coming into the journalism.
Yeah,
and it's that's why I hate that. It
sucks, man. It sucks, and they brought it upon themselves. And it sucks because when something really is happening now, people are all going to be like, whatever.
Yeah, because they cry wolf every single day. Single day, unprecedented. Every single day, record breaking. Every single day, we have never seen this before. And until
it's unprecedented.
Until it gets so tiresome where you're like, whatever.
You just don't. You don't want to hear it anymore. You don't want to hear it.
Tired of living in unprecedented events.
Well, they turn it off, and you You get your news from YouTube. You get your news from Facebook. You get your news from, Instagram and TikTok and all these other places now. And it seems to be more reliable. Everything on the mainstream seems to be an opinion piece, and nobody really asked for their opinion anyway. We just wanted the facts. And now
you got these big, celebrity personalities talking to you on the TV. Like you do right now, big celebrities on them. Because, people care.
Fredo.
Influencers are taking the journalist job, and you know what? I'm ready to do that. I always wondered what it'd be like to become like a citizen journalist. I call it.
Let's do it, Livingston Man. Let's do it.
Have camera. Y'all do. Everybody's got a cell phone. Yeah. Next time you're like out, it's confronting public officials.
Patty S. It's every news source. Fox, CNN, all of them, MSNBC, every single one of them, especially American-based. It's all fucking propaganda anymore. It's all propaganda.
Even like your hometown TV station is or radio is owned by like a big conglomerate, Cumulus or
what is, I can't think of the name.
Cumulus, and it's the other. There's another one.
Clear Channel. Clear Channel Media.
So they buy up all the local radio and television stations, and then that's why they end up all playing the same songs.
All the same commercials.
Shows, all the same commercials.
That's right. Exactly. That's right. So if you're running for political office, you might want to hit up those folks and put your money where it's going to get you some votes. And that's coming. That's it's my least favorite time of any cycle is an election cycle, because the hate is coming out, Livingston Man. It's coming soon. All the political hate is coming for everybody.
My prediction is that the 2024 presidential election will not be allowed to happen.
There you go. He's not the first person I've heard that from. I'm sure y'all have heard that somewhere as well.
What they're gonna do, and I'm gonna say it now, and we're gonna.
Okay, we'll look back on this.
Is with the big line is going to be that the Trump supporters are dangerous, and again they're going to storm the Capitol, and we need to, because they're going to pull national security out of their ass and somehow make it so that either you can't show up in person to do it, or just that it's been postponed or something. I think they'll pull it. I think that not so much this administration. Anybody that thinks Joe Biden has anything but cobwebs in his head, you're wrong. He's not pulling any strings whatsoever. His strings are being pulled by I don't know who, but that's what's going on. All right, that guy is not in charge. I need you to know that. I need you to fucking process.
The teleprompter is in charge.
You can laugh at him and make jokes and act like he is should be the target of your ire. He's not. Whoever is pulling his fucking strings is. All right. Now, the 2024 election is going to be in serious jeopardy because they're going to stay pulling this fucking the ultra MAGA, fully semi-automatic MAGA people. We can't provoke them. We can't allow them.
Can't allow them to vote.
No, they shouldn't be allowed to vote. And you know what? So we're going to cancel the election, or we're going to maybe do the whole. It's mail in only.
Oh yeah. Right.
I'm telling you,
my secondhand life says I'm still rooting for Nugent and Norris 2024. Hey, that'd be a ticket I could get behind.
If you thought 2020 was something to write home about, wait till you see 2024, you guys.
Campbell Clan says they will convict Trump the week before the election to start mass rioting. I don't think the Trump supporters are going to riot. I don't see it happening, man. I don't see it happening. I really, really don't. I really don't.
Who?
Yeah.
Who's going to do that?
They too busy, man. They got to go to work. They're not going to riot. They might protest, but they ain't going to riot.
Not to mention, if you're the type to consider that, is Donald Trump the hill you want to, proverbially die on?
Yeah. Is Donald Trump going to be your Wednesday? I don't know. There's so many fucking hats in the ring right now. So many hats in the ring. I see no way that there's not a split Republican ticket and a united Democrat ticket. Because somebody is going to say, I can beat him, and it's not beating them. It's a unified right against a unified left is the only chance you have at having a right side victor, I believe. Because if you divide the right, the Democrat waltzes into power, guaranteed.
I'm going to try not to digress too much here, but I'm going to say some shit. All right, so Donald Trump.
Okay.
When I see him and like he talks and he says the right things, he's such a fucking jerk about it. Okay, fine. Be a jerk about it. But then I see people's reaction to it, like this rabid, yeah, kill the fucking liberals, yeah. Some of you motherfuckers are just as crazy as these snowflake liberals that you're always on about, okay?
Some folks are.
All right, now, and the other thing is that Donald Trump ain't afraid to like shit on people all day long. He gives everybody like derogatory nicknames, and he's just ain't got nothing nice to say practically about anybody. And if he has something nice to say about you, fuck around, and he'll just dog you the fuck out on Twitter, and you're done. He'll fire you like over the text message, right? For lack of a better word, he's a fucking asshole, right? No, so then my buddy, the Samurai Viking Lumberjack, actually worked with him, and he's like, you guys say with Biden, like, you know, he's like, you know, he's on the campaign trail. He like said to this fat dude, he's like, come on, fat, so let's go do some push-ups then. And I'm like, yo, I'm like losing my shit laughing. I'm like, that's the funniest shit I ever heard. Like, but if Donald Trump did that, everybody would shit themselves. Like, yeah.
Oh, look what he's got something against obese people.
No, and his supporters would have cheered for him and been like, yeah, you tell him, fuck that fat guy. But when Joe Biden does it, everybody's like, how dare he disrespect the fat community like that? And I'm like, what? Listen, fuck y'all, man. Some of you ultra semi-automatic.
I gotta see this. This is
some of you ultra.
That's internet gold.
All you ultra automatic MAGA people are just you're the same snowflakes that you claim to hate. I promise you are. Oh my God, a gay person. I can't handle it. Cancel it. You hear yourselves?
Freedom for all, man. Live your life. Do your thing.
That's the problem is that, like, all right, so you got two halves of the people.
Yeah.
Half of those people, now 25% of each side, to think that fucking the other person shouldn't be allowed to have
or do or say or wear or whatever. Me, personally, I don't give a fuck what you do. You know, I don't give a fuck what you do. Freedom for all. I don't subscribe to your brand of freedom, but you can freedom on wherever the fuck you want.
I try to keep an open mind. All right? I am no friend of Joe Biden. In fact, I'm not a particular friend of big government in general. It's not what it was supposed to be, and where we are now is not the greatest place, and not where we're supposed to be as a country.
Damn sure not.
Because I shit on Donald Trump, it's not Donald Trump. I've said this before about things. It's not the thing.
It's the people who believe in them religiously is the problem.
I hear, people refer to Donald Trump like they'd be like, he and him, like the H is capital. And I'm like, that ain't the dude that you're supposed to be talking about like that. All right. So careful with that worshiping this fucking New York asshole who just wants to make money and be a jerk all the time. Yeah. And honestly, talks to you like this, like, oh, you thought you're a good buddy. It's so beautiful. Everything is so biggest and everything's the biggest and the beautiful. But honestly, Donald Trump don't actually give a flying fuck about you.
Ever.
Okay. None of them do.
Tremendous.
I ain't blaming Trump. I ain't blaming Trump for being a businessman turned politician.
Yeah.
I'm blaming
XNYC. What's happening, my friend?
I'm saying that Donald Trump has
Take Houston.
Don't trust none of them. When politicians speak, assume they're lying.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right, Livingston Man. People who worship politicians are the biggest problem, in my opinion.
It's called idolatry. If you call yourself a religious, pious, righteous Christian,
yeah, you can't be worshiping politicians, guys.
You'll be worshiping Donald Trump. Better check yourself.
The more people that don't worship politicians, the better off we are. They're public servants, nothing more. Nothing more. They're not celebrities. They're public servants, but they're on TV all the time. So they feel like they get this celebrity godlike status. Chuck Schumer is damn near a god at this point, right? He's been there forever. Scott, welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
It's not that I disagree with Chuck Schumer's policies and agenda. It's that I fucking dislike him personally. You ever seen him? Like that?
The penguin smirk on him? He just needs a long thing with a cigarette on the end?
Like, tell me you're a villain from Gotham City, but without saying it. He just flashed that fucking smile, and I was like, all right. Chill out there, Charles.
Question, has anybody ever seen a group of people follow a president like they do with Trump? I think every president has their supporters. The folks religiously, they would get on their knees and bow to Obama, like literally.
There was that, and let's go with that. Now, Trump came directly after Obama. Now, America took a turn toward what, when we point at communist countries and authoritarian countries, a term comes up, cult of personality. Stalin had one, Chairman Mao, Kim Jong-un, the entire dynasty in North Korea. All these authoritarian countries have this cult of personality, the glorious leader. He's infallible. He's never wrong. He's so awesome. I love him.
Tracy K says Reagan was the one of her time. And I agree. Angry Prepper,
JFK, I mean, FDR, I don't know.
Yeah, all these people, but some actually went for third terms. Some knew that, it was time to pass the torch.
Calvin Coolidge was my favorite. In his day, it was legal to run for 3 terms. There wasn't a question.
Right.
You could run, and they said you can run for a 3rd term. He's like, I already been here for too many. He thought his job was to show up, fix the things that needed fixing, and get the hell out of the house. Like, do the job and go home. Like, none of that. No, that attitude does not exist in government anymore, period. I don't care where you're from, who you are, or who your fucking uncle that's on the town council is. That attitude ain't there no more. Fix the shit and move on to the next job. Nobody does that.
That's right. Grateful Preps, I agree with you. She says it's not really Trump per se. It's more about what he represents, anti-establishment, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Lifelong Democrat comes out as a Republican all of a sudden. Yeah, he's anti-establishment.
Well,
please pick someone besides Trump to say anti-establishment.
He said all the right things about the swamp and the backroom deals and all this and that. He gave us a glimpse behind the curtain, almost, Livingston Man.
Or was he that one guy on the Majestic 12 that they needed to
disagree?
Yeah.
Could be.
It's occurred to me a couple times that Donald Trump was a Democratic plant to destroy the Republican Party's ability to even be possibly legal.
Ooh, the Prepping Mantis says loyalty to country always. Loyalty to government when it deserves it. Mark Twain. Fantastic quote right there, my friend.
Now, what could they possibly promise Trump that would make him be a double agent, let's call it? Now, yeah, I know, I hear you. No, not for Russia, no.
Oh, no.
For the Democrats themselves. We're going to make you the most famous person on the planet, and you will go down in history forever.
Taking us down a new rabbit hole, this whole conspiracy theory.
His job was to go in there
this evening.
His job was to go in there.
Chief Dog, welcome.
They're like, turn up the Trump factor by 10. We want you to go in there, just be such a complete asshole and so associate yourself with everything Republican and right-wing and evangelist and Christian and traditional about America, and then be such an asshole that everyone will associate all those things with you forever, and it's gone. Burn me at the stake or think about it. Because this man been voting. You've seen the pictures. He'd been chilling with Hillary and Bill. They ain't not friends. It's all fucking theater, you guys. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah. Sway, welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Livingston Man, you may have a point. He could be a saboteur.
Because now since Trump...
But, Grateful Preps has a point. She says he's being prosecuted criminally for a paperwork dispute. Why do you suppose that is?
And he's got a court date in 18 months?
Well, right when the election is about to happen.
Come on. And then he'll be acquitted. Because that was the deal.
So, I think the whole arrest and indictment on the classified documents thing is grasping at straws, because the guy can literally go, these are all declassified. And that's all he has to do. Nobody else has to be there with him. Nobody else has to witness it. He just has to say, these are declassified. I'm the president of the United States. This whole filing cabinet here, look, oh, declassified, oh, declassified, declassified. And they're all now declassified. And nobody can say shit about it. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they're, no pun intended, trumped up charges.
I've never perceived Donald Trump to be a trustworthy person. I think he tells the legal truth,
right?
Not the actual truth ever once. The guy's a businessman, a lawyer, and if
Grateful Prep says Georgia is about to file charges against him as well. Plus, they are filing charges for January 6th. Very interesting.
None of them are going to stick. This is designed to allow Donald Trump to feed his ego. What deal could they? I'm speculating here.
Roaming Prepper, what's happening? Welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
He's going to leave real soon. Donald Trump was approached in secret, backdoor, fucking at some dinner fundraiser thing. He's all hobnobbing with all these people.
This is.
He's rubbing elbows with all the people he hates, right? He happens to be fucking friends and know them all and have their Twitter handles.
Well, it's because they're all rich and they're all in the same club.
Honestly. And so that makes you question it right there. But then they're like, what kind of deal could we get? Trump is an asshole. And plus he's like, yeah, buy it,
But he likes money. He loves money.
And he is so quintessentially American, especially if you're of a certain age group like Donald Trump was. You wanted to be rich. I mean, unbelievable. Donald Trump, of course. Yeah. They knew. We run this guy and turn him loose. Let him be that actor. This guy was on the WWE, The Apprentice, all these He became an entertainer.
Yep.
Why I understand a lot of people compare Donald Trump to Ronald Reagan, actor, businessman sort of thing, becomes politician, right?
Right.
I'm not against that when you got the right shit. But so Donald Trump comes in and what can we do? And he's hobnobbing with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, I said it. Fuck you. He was there too. His name's on the list, and y'all act like it wasn't. So whatever.
Hey,
hobnobbing with Bill and Hill and Elon and everybody's fucking favorite people. They was all banging the same kid. Sorry, yeah, I said it.
Oh,
so they was all there at the illegal island doing the kids, and then fucking they were like, what forming the agenda like Bilderbergs and that other thing where they go and worship Satan.
Childs,
another thing there, Bohemian Grove, because they're all in the same club. Remember, they all chill and hang out, and they are not friends.
And I'd like to thank Alex Jones for teaching us all things way ahead of our time.
They went there and they were like, how can we really fucking do this? And
peanut butter and baby sandwiches.
And you got George Soros was up there like Emperor Palpatine, all on life support. We need to fracture conservative traditional society. And they're like, how? And it's like, we need to make it look like one of them is going to be. I don't know what George Soros sounds like because I was never going to allow myself to hear him speak. So I was doing this. I think he's a Hungarian, but whatever. So they made this deal with Donald Trump, and they're like, "You're going to run. You're going to come out." All of a sudden, there he comes. I'm a Republican. Very cool. Check out his voting record. Go ahead. No, but
he's an old school Democrat.
He's infallible. I would never question his authority. With
and I think
H.
What's interesting is that the old school Democrats from back in the day are the modern Republicans. The things that they stood for are the things that the Republicans now stand for.
The progressive
and the left has gone so far left, it's not even funny.
What a lot of us would, what we'd call the progressive woke liberal agenda, was born at a secret societal meeting of all of these big, rich, influence, and powerful people. And Donald Trump was put forward as the righteous opposition, right? And he won, but he was working for him the whole time. And history is not blank on people doing this. He was working for them the whole time. The idea was to go out there and ruin all credibility of what they perceived as the opposition. Traditionalism, conservatism. He did that job. His reward will be that he has to get dragged through the mud here. He'll be acquitted. History will judge him differently, and nobody will ever forget him. And for Donald Trump, that's good enough.
You guys have it. It is we'll call that the Livingston Man theory. Sean Wright, welcome. Thank you, my friend. Mr. B Local, welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
Good thing you guys missed all that anti-Trump shit.
But you make a very valid point that no politician
He's not a politician.
Should be put
He's running for a second term for president. He's a fucking politician, okay?
Yeah, he is a politician.
He's a politician. And you know what? I say this about a lot of people. It's like, I don't trust politicians. And you know who I don't trust even more, or at least just as least, I guess.
Yeah, I am not a fan of politicians in general.
You're supposed to show up at the job, fix the problem, and move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Donald Trump trying to become famous, trying to not lose, trying to sit in here.
Get his face chiseled on Mount Rushmore, right? Yeah.
I don't trust Donald Trump to fuck off when his time is up.
All right. We spent enough time this evening talking about politicians. Let's talk about why we all gonna die this Wednesday.
Now that I
Livingston Man.
People. Now, America, no, not yet. Belarus has received, they said.
Yeah, 3 nuclear bombs. Nuclear bombs, 3 times the size of the ones in Hiroshima.
That's really cute, sweetie.
Yeah.
Wow, they bragging about like they got shit better than what they had in 1945. Sweetie, we got better shit than we had in 2019.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway,
true.
Mr. Lukashenko said the bombs are 3 times more powerful than those dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, adding to his previous statement that he didn't simply ask Mr. Putin for the weapons, but demanded them.
Yeah,
he's the shit out here. Okay.
Roaming Prepper says we're all going to die because of aliens and putos. Yes, sir.
It's not aliens, secret military aircraft.
But yeah, man. Honestly, scary news. These
we got nuclear bombs in Poland. Russia's playing our game.
Eric and RV, thank you so much for your donation. Really appreciate it. It will go directly into the rebuilding efforts for our live events. Thank you so much, Eric. We really appreciate your support.
What Russia's doing here, in a nutshell, is nuclear sharing, and the U.S. does this too. Our NATO allies have U.S. nuclear weapons stationed on their soil. They're under the control and
of U.S. Strategic Command
and U.S. Air Force personnel that are on the ground that control them. Yes, but they are there, right there. So what Russia's doing is saying, well, Belarus is our close ally and one of our things. We're going to put our nuclear weapons there. They're playing a long game here. They are saying, we're going to do exactly what you do.
Yeah.
Now complain about it.
Well, and of course we will. Mary Miles, welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
This is another divisive topic because there's 2 kinds of people. Everybody who are patriotically, with Ukraine in the thing.
Yeah.
And then there's everybody who's, got to be an edgelord or perhaps maybe even see a little bit of logic in the thing who's like somehow like with Moscow. If you're an American, you really don't have to, have to be with either one. But what I see Russia is just like really like just pushing buttons. Right?
Huru TV, don't spend it all just yet. Not just yet. But the Livingston Man would say the money button is right there. Livingston Man. It's a shell game almost.
Well, it's
they keep a lot of their nuclear arsenal is ground based, is it not? They're all on trucks so they can drive them anywhere, and nuclear submarines.
Well, now NATO would probably do this too. In fact, the reason our allies, and you're not really allowed to know who's got what, when, where, but we have nuclear weapons. They're ours that these countries are allowed to use in the event that they need to. Here, like I said, is Moscow doing just that? They're like, because now, this Ukrainian counteroffensive, they got some whole wicked shit. What if Ukraine decides to be like, you know what? Fucking Belarus, I'll fuck you over.
Oh, Jay Creature quit his job 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, my brother. If you're looking for work, we can find you work, my friend. We just need to know what your specialties are.
Or what you're willing to do for $20.
Jane, please save a life, adopt an animal today. Says many channels are saying prep now like hell. How did it get so ramped up? Well, if you go to the big ones,
there's too many channels.
I will tell you that a lot of the big, million subscriber channels, they have websites full of prepping and survival gear, and they want to sell that shit to you, and they want you to go there and buy it.
It's $1 billion industry at this point.
Absolutely. Multi-billion-dollar a year industry. But a lot of folks push the doom and gloom and the fear porn to get folks to go to their website. I watched the Canadian fella sell out of, I think they were $40. I saw him on Amazon. Same Geiger counter, $40, little black Geiger counter. I was pretty sure he was
joking. He had quit his job. I got your humor, Jay.
Little black Geiger counter. I saw him on Amazon for $40. He was selling them for $400.
How do you fucking test it?
How
do you know if it works?
You got to wait until it happens, but there's a money back guarantee.
Well, we're talking about some faith here. Listen.
And he sold out of Geiger counters overnight because of his, Russia's moving nukes video. And
I got a Geiger counter on the site.
It bothers me. It bothers me.
See, it flashes when there's radiation.
But what are you gonna do?
$100. I got these all day. It's a Geiger counter.
Scott quit. My job quit me 2 weeks ago today. Best economy in history, Jack. Scott, I'm so sorry. I hope you can find something and get back on your feet soon. Grateful Preps. I don't mind his information. I hate his
presentation.
It's the presentation and the drive folks to my website. I got all that stuff there.
He looks like Vin Diesel from Alibaba. You were almost Fast and Furious, but you were quick and
roaming prepper can test
quick and
your Geiger counter. That's awesome.
Are you
Bug Out Adventures? Welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Big Joe Gasula says, if you want to know more, just buy my book. Big Joe, that's a good one, brother. I'm telling you.
There's this famous story about I bought this book called How to scam people for money.
Buy my book.
So I bought the book and it was blank for $20. You learn something every day, don't you?
It's true.
You guys, we offer knowledge, and a lot of it's always couched in humor or some, sarcasm or whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, we, especially myself, I clown out here. But prepping is a thing you have to do. Tomorrow is not the day to
start. That's right.
Prepare for tomorrow. You don't do it today. You know what I mean. It becomes a lifestyle. It's a very personal one. Everyone is different, but the end goal is the same. We're going to be presented with hard times.
Absolutely.
And we're going to have to stick it out.
Yep.
And the better prepared we are to do that, the better off we're going to be. And that's...
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
Not an insane thing to think.
No. You know what got me about Canadian Prepper that kicked me right in the balls was the day that I became a peak refuel distributor. He did the peak refuel fucking challenge video.
What's that?
That was the last video I watched
from him,
where he claims that he ate peak refuel straight for 7 or 10 days or some shit like that. And even his kids were telling everybody in the video that he wasn't sticking to the diet. So
I would eat peak refuel for 7 days?
Yeah, the shit is good.
It's expensive. Now, he needs to check his privilege, because if you can sit back and eat peak refuel for 7 days.
Yeah, I think he did two meals a day.
Chilling out there, rich guy.
2 meals a day, 2 packages a day for some length of time. Wolfgang, I can tell you that I've had a lot of freeze-dried foods. They're not all created equal by any means.
Mrs. Livingston ate peak refuel, and she won't eat SpaghettiOs. She don't touch that food. Okay, she rock. This is good.
No, right. It is restaurant quality food in a Mylar bag. You just add water and you're good to go. Don't forget to take out the oxygen absorber in the package. And their claim to fame is
they
use a lot less water to rehydrate them. And they're absolutely fantastic, man. Wolf, I swear to you, you will not be disappointed I haven't been disappointed by any of them. Other than my preparation, perhaps I didn't have the water at a rapid boil and I had some crunchy meat in one, or maybe I didn't let it sit long enough. But that's on my end, not on Peak's end. Everything they did was fantastic. I think the preparation that I did sucked.
Jay Creature, no. Well, this year's been good so far. Actually, a lot of the staff has got their thing together. In the past, though, I mean, the most legendary staff meal I was ever presented with, like, we got your dinner for you. I'm like, oh, cool. So, me and, the photographers and the other folks I work with, we all go, line up, get our little plate. It's ridiculous. I can't even now laugh. It was, and I shit you not.
Okay.
A bed of lettuce. Okay. Plain elbow noodles. Here you go. Noodles and lettuce. Everybody threw it in the trash, and it was almost a revolt. Like the caterers were like, "Oh shit, we fucked up." Like that's they used to be trying to do people like that. I think they checked themselves because people weren't having it, man. In some cases, it's contractual. You got to feed your people.
Yeah.
In other cases, people just like photographer got stiffed on food. It just fucking destroyed the film and left. It was like, no, you get nothing. Screw you. Refunded their money and said,
man. Ken B says, at a minimum, stock up on rice, dried beans, water, and protection, and a bug out bag. Absolutely, Ken B. That's solid advice, my friend. Solid advice.
Can I be another stick? I'm just going to be a stick in the mud all night until we're done here.
Stick it in the mud, Livingston Man.
Everybody, all right, listen, with your fucking rice and your beans, in the same way that we take our gear out and test it, go ahead and eat rice and beans for a week.
It's it would be a bland existence, but at least you would still exist.
I have 50 pounds of fucking beans. All right, you better do something.
Hey, I know some folks who would tell you that if you had to bug out and you were going to show up at their location, unless you have 100 pounds of rice and 100 pounds of beans to sustain yourself and whoever you brought with you, they're not even going to discuss you even being near their property. Go on and get. Please. Go on, get.
I show up with one carton of cigarettes. I'm right to the front of the line. I'm in, and you don't know it. Plus, I got chocolate and weed and shit. Fuck out of here. I'm showing up with 100 pounds of rice. I'm like, I got 2 pounds of herb and a bunch of smoke, son. I got the Newports.
Come on in.
They're like, open the gate.
Wolf says, eat MREs for a week. Don't eat the cheese stuff.
Give me the cheese stuff. All right, listen, I will.
Don't chew the gum. It's bad luck.
Yeah, throw the chiclets away and give me your jalapeno cheese and everything's fine. You'll be good.
Prepping Manta says, I heard a guy named Bob is stocking a lot of meat and seeds. Be like Bob. Absolutely.
The problem with Spam, now a little bit of my preps involves like canned meat because I...
there it is. Bring the Spam.
Spam and canned meat is not particularly portable. Maybe like 100 years ago when these dudes were like going across Alaska with dog sleds, they had nothing but canned meat.
Well, you had dog sleds. Now you are the dog sled.
I'm not bred from that. That was a different species of human, those guys that did shit like that. Okay, so when I was going to go to your one bug out weekend, I'm like, I'm going to do it like I would do it. I put like 6 cans of Spam in the bag, and I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, they're too heavy. They're too heavy.
2 are coming.
Jane wants to know the number one barter item. Honestly, I would have to say 1 and 2 tied equally are tobacco and
chocolate. Historically,
alcohol.
And alcohol. Yeah. Right. Can we do 3 because vice and or what you might even call luxury will always take precedence. Nobody's like, can I say, nobody's performing fellatio for a drink of water. But, you may get fellatio performed for a pack of cigarettes. It's possible, So
the Livingston Man shit at the fan goals are so much different than mine.
I'm just going to roll with the punches. Everybody's like going to change their lifestyle. I'm like, no, I have main character syndrome. The world will revolve around me when this goes down. It's my perception.
Let's see. Scott Hummer says, I see doctors' offices here are going cashless. Yes. Majority of doctors' offices will not want to take your cash. I force it upon them. I make them take the cash. I tell them this is legal tender. You have to accept it from my desk.
It says it on it.
Yeah, it says it right on it. I mean, I don't know, but somebody here has to take my money and make a scene, man. Make a scene. Make them take your money. I encourage everybody to pay everywhere with cash for everything. Otherwise, it's not going to exist. So
now they won't even let you in the door as a general rule. You got to pay up front to even like get in. Like there's an entry fee.
Well, when you sit down to fill out the paperwork, they tell you, you have a copay. You have a copay. It's X amount of dollars, or you're paying cash for this appointment. It's X amount of dollars, and of course, they want your card number. They don't want your cash.
No,
they will take a check, but they don't want. Don't want your cash, man.
I'm known for the absolutely excellent advice that I give in matters like this. And what you do is when presented with this conundrum is first you've gone to the convenience store. Before you went to the doctor, you got yourself a Snickers bar.
Yeah, use the card.
You put it in your pocket. And when they're like, well, you owe us like stupid money for something we haven't even done yet. You grab the candy bar that's in your pocket and you sort of like, point it toward them. And you say, okay, fine. This was going to be a medical exam, but now it's a robbery. And that's your fault. And because they, have decided to F you like this, when you're in pain, when you're sick, and they want to, and they were like, well, first, we'll make it all better. First, you got to pay me money. If I wanted that attitude, I would go see a drug dealer. When I go to the doctor's office, I want to be helped first and charged later. Not charged $100 to fill out paperwork. If I'm going to be charged $100 to fill out paperwork, then have your fucking secretary do it for me. But no, I'm doing. Or
send me a bill I'm never going to pay.
Peak capitalism. I'm doing your job and paying you to do it. Peak capitalism. Unbelievable what the medical establishment in America is.
Yeah.
Unacceptable. As a matter of fact, if you think they're there to help you or make you better.
Yep.
Unsubscribe.
Roaming prepper. We have places here, some small delis and things like that. They actually charge more if you use the card because they get charged a fee for small transactions. So they charge more if you use the card. Some places here are still cash only, believe it or not.
Another problem I have with what I'm going to keep calling peak capitalism is that all prices boil down to the consumer. Pharmaceutical company gets fined $8,700 billion for causing a fucking opiate crisis to kill more people than COVID. Check the numbers. You know who paid for that? You did.
Not Jay them. Creature, have a great night.
Because all taxes and expenses boil down to the consumer. So
if you're not willing to pay it.
When a big business fucks up, when a big business has to pay their taxes, when a big business has expenses, they boil it down to you. When they have a fucking toy drive at Christmas, they're like, we're having a toy drive.
Donate. Yeah, buy a toy and donate it.
You donate it. You donate it.
They write it off.
They get the tax break.
Absolutely.
Peak capitalism, you guys. This system we live under.
It's fantastic.
It ain't for you and us. It ain't for you and I, any of us.
Prepping Mantis says, my doctor takes cash. He's a doctor of philosophy, but I feel fine so far, I think.
And if you think, therefore you are.
That's right. That's right. Oh,
Jay Creature couldn't handle it anymore. We went way too deep.
He's out. POTB CME 2023. Let her rip, Tater Chip. I'm ready, bro.
Gamma ray burst or bust. I'm tired of it.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Grateful Preps says, what's the alternative, Livingston Man?
To what? Capitalism?
Yeah.
Well, now here's the funny thing, and I'm going to use a word and everyone hates it. But they're like, what I should do is find a group of like-minded individuals and we should go live in a colony where everybody pulls their weight and does the thing, and to each their own, and to
a commune then.
But then, okay, so you're going to go live in the commune. Now, what would you call that ideology?
Communism. Oh,
and I'm not apologizing for what communism is.
It's what it was perverted into.
Yes, better way to put it.
All right.
What it was supposed to be.
what it was
is what I just said.
It's, you know, it's like when they say it's socialism works, bro. You just haven't fucking done it right yet.
Authoritarians took over, who were no different than the people they claimed were their mortal enemy.
So wouldn't that happen in, say, a commune of like-minded individuals, that somebody would power trip and take over?
Now you're getting into the human condition itself.
Well, then you would need a bunch of small communes that worked together to have a common goal. Perhaps,
like
you know,
states.
Perhaps not. Not everybody's a chicken farmer, Livingston Man.
Well, it can't be. Everybody can't be the same
ranchers.
Thing.
Some people are blacksmiths. Some people are veterinarians. You know, different.
What you have is a problem when everybody thinks they're going to be a poet, or everybody's going to design uniforms for the new Red Army. Like, that's stupid. Go.
There you go.
Go mine rocks, bro. That's what you're going to do.
Get your hammer out, peasant.
What these larger than life ideologies do, communism as we know it, fascism as we know it, democracy as we know it, they all rely on the individual putting themselves after
the state.
Yeah. All of them do.
Yeah.
Are you that type of person? Yeah. What do you consider the state?
Well, your community, I say, would be first.
What would you give yourself for?
My community, my neighbors.
Would you give yourself for your state?
No.
Would you give yourself for your country?
Perhaps. But definitely for my community.
So there was only one there. And what makes community? Those are people you actually know.
Yeah, my neighbors, my family, those folks, those are the people that I would lay my life on the line for, you know?
So you realize that those connections, they live close to home.
Yeah.
I've said enough incendiary shit.
Local, man. Local.
I'm not going to say any more incendiary
shit. Stay local, guys. Gather your tribe. Gather your locals.
People. Gather your people.
Your neighbors. Your neighbors, start there and work your way out. It's not my NY. You're right, Ghetto. This is not the New York that I was raised in. It has become something totally different.
I miss when it was like early 80s New York, man. Like, you remember the original Ninja Turtles movie? Like
just before the crack epidemic, you know?
When I was about to break, AIDS was the thing, but there was porn theaters in Times Square. I mean, come on.
Mr. B Local says, we ain't gonna die. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Yeah, we got some time, and Black Star has not checked in yet. So we're still waiting to hear from our correspondent from the future.
I hit you with a rare one, is that I didn't go ahead and said some incendiary things. I do actually, I consider the things I said, especially about all that like Trump nonsense and that shit. I can't rule it out. I can't say that that's impossible. So I entertain it, right? And I encourage all of you to entertain ideas that maybe are contrary to what you think you're like supposed to believe. Like,
right.
I found out, like, I was fucking around like when back in 2016 when we was trying to get Trump elected. I mean, I was on that. We need Donald Trump in that bitch. Then I was catching hate from conservatives because I smoked
DI's weed. TV, welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
I smoke weed. Apparently, you're not allowed to do that. You can't support Donald Trump and be a conservative.
Weed smoker?
No, that's not allowed.
Lord.
And so then automatically I was like, well, that's fucking weird. Because there I was supporting him, but I guess I can't. So, so once again, don't let the followers of a thing ruin the thing.
Yeah.
Whatever the thing is, and whoever the person is. But the followers of the thing always ruin the thing. For all we know, Justin Bieber is awesome, but his fans fucking suck.
His fans make him terrible.
They were the ones we couldn't stand.
They make him terrible. Oh my goodness, Livingston.
Keep your mind open and question everything. You're not allowed to know the truth, so don't act like you do.
Bug Out Adventure says what they are doing to the Trump Meister is what they will do to the people. I firmly agree with that, Bug Out Adventures.
Part of me thinks that maybe Donald Trump should be subjected to what they do to we the people all the fucking time, and he ain't never had done.
I think the rest of the politicians need to be held to.
I said I wasn't going to say any more incendiary shit. You know what? I was lying.
Yeah, I was lying. Let it rip.
Donald Trump can check his fucking privilege while he's at it. All right, because he needs to maybe tone it down. And
they're all silver spoon folks. They're all upper echelon folks.
Imagine you don't know Donald Trump.
George Carlin said it, man. That they are in a big club and we're not, and that's just the way it is.
Imagine you're a common folk, all right? You're just a guy at the convenience store. You don't know who Donald Trump is. And he walks in the store acting all Donald Trump. You're going to be like, fucking asshole, fuck that guy. And I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks for watching.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us tonight on a We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Any parting words, Livingston Man? There it is. There it is.